Well, let us see what is the next best thing that Blender has to offer us. With that being said and done, I will select this object. I will go from object mode to sculpt mode. Before going to sculpt mode, I will go to object mode, and then I will come over here on the modifier properties and click on this, and then click on multi-resolution. It is a very wonderful and powerful modifier. So if I click on subdivide, it's going to divide the cube. If I go from here to wireframe to show you what it actually does, it is subdividing the shape of the object. So what it actually does is very nicely shown in different object. What we can do is go to add, go to mesh, and then go to round cube. How you can get this round cube is, if you go to edit, go to preferences. For those who don't know, you can go to add-ons and type here extra, and extra objects is the option that you have to tick, and then you will get these extra objects. Now I have added the round cube, and in this option I am coming over here on the operators, and then I am selecting quad sphere. So this is the sphere which deforms very nicely compared to UV sphere. So I have selected this. I am adding a modifier, multi-resolution. Then what I am doing is I am clicking on this subdivide button. Keep your attention over here and over here as well. If I click on subdivide, it is increasing one level over here, and it is subdividing the object over here. And if I click once more, it is subdividing even more. You can see smaller patches over here. So with the help of subdivision, we can go to sculpt mode and then click and drag over here, and we can sculpt all the small and minute details whichever we want to keep on our objects or characters. So if I come over here and reduce this value, it is not on the actual object, it is just a modifier which is increasing the resolution of the mesh, and over that increased resolution mesh we are sculpting. That's how this multi-resolution is working. So what these parameters are, let us see one by one. I am going back to object mode, and here in the object mode, the level viewport. In the viewport means in the object mode, what should be the quality of the object. Let me subdivide it once more, and we get this 4 value. If I click on this, click on this, click on this, and click on this, in the viewport there are 0 subdivisions. That's how this value is indicated. In the sculpt mode, if I come over in the sculpt mode, how much subdivision level should we see? Means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So which subdivision level are we actually viewing now is defined by this parameter. We are seeing 4th subdivision level, and if I click and drag here, we can see that the subdivision level is reduced. And this is for render purpose. If I Ctrl Alt 0 to set the camera and reduce the render value to 0, and now go to render and render the image, it is not showing the sculpted part over here. So that's how these parameters are useful. Now sculpt base mesh. Now I have sculpted over here. If I go back with the help of sculpt mode, because we are in the sculpt mode, I am using the sculpt parameter to go a level lesser, and now you can see that there is no sculpting has been done over here. So if I click on this sculpt base mesh, and then if I increase this resolution, and then if I come and sculpt over here, now it is sculpting the base mesh, the original mesh. Before this object you see there is nothing over here, but there is something over here because we have ticked the sculpt base mesh. So it will be sculpting the base mesh. Base mesh means the original mesh. Optimal display, let me go to object mode, and this optimal display, what it actually does is, if I tick this off, it is going to show the full resolution of the object, and if I tick this on, it is going to show me a lower wireframe resolution of the object. This is very useful when we are working with very high poly meshes. At that time, optimal display is a lifesaver. Next is subdivide button. The more you click on the subdivide button, the more subdivided your object will become, the more resolution your object will get, so that the more finer details that you can apply on the mesh. But make sure that your hardware supports too much of subdivisions, or else your blender might get laggy. So that is for subdivide button. Now let me add one more object, which is cube. Now what happens is, when we apply modifier on the cube and subdivide it, it is subdividing it, but it is completely converting it to sphere and go from object mode to sculpt mode. You can see there are subdivisions, and I can click on this simple and linear as well. Both simple and linear, I haven't found much difference between them. If you have found, or if you have come across any such significant difference, so let me know in the comments. And by the way, if you are liking this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, and leave a wonderful comment. If you want, you can support me through Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytm on the phone number 8600647757, or you can also support me through Patreon page. What you need to do for that is go to YouTube and search for any Blender Veda channel, be it Hindi or be it English, and click on the video, and in the description you will get a Patreon link, and if you click on this link, it will take you to a web page, and on that web page you can support me by providing $1 per month, or $3 per month, or $9 per month. And if you think that I am very special for you, you can also give $20 per month. Or the least that you can do is view the entire ads which are falling on these videos completely, so that the revenue which is generated will be completely going for the research in Blender. So with that being said and done, let me come back over here. Then we have unsubdivide. If I click on unsubdivide, now not valid subdivisions found to rebuild a lower version, lower level is shown over here. Now what I will do, I will go from object mode and select our quad sphere, and then subdivide it. What it actually does is, it will remove all the subdivisions which are applied over this object. Delete higher, what it actually does is, if I bring this sculpt to 5, this level viewport to 5, this render to 5, and delete higher, it is going to delete the subdivisions which are above 5, which I have already given, and it has deleted it completely. So we can reduce the, what we can say, we can reduce the quality of that object. It is very useful in the next video which I will be uploading it. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. So one more thing, the next option is reshape. Let me go to object mode, select this object and delete it. Now what I will do is, I will go to Shift A, mesh, and then come to here in the round cube and select the operator preset quad sphere and duplicate it once, Shift D and G, and click over here so that we could place the object over here. And now I will select this object, go to modifier panel and go to multi-resolution and subdivide it couple of times, for 3 times, and I am selecting this object, going to modifier and multi-resolution and subdividing it 3 times. Now I will come over here and go to sculpt mode and click and drag and try to do some changes over here. I have sculpted this and it's looking something like this. Now I can apply these changes. I have to first go to object mode and then apply these changes, and then if I come over this object, we have to select this object and then select this object by clicking the shift button. And now if I click on reshape, it is going to exactly take whatever changes we have taken over here. One thing that has to be noted while doing reshape is that you need to have same levels of subdivisions over here. So that's reshape. The next option is apply base. What it actually does is, now if I go to the base level, we are in the object mode, so I have to change in the level viewport parameter. In the object mode, on the base mesh there is no changes at all. All the changes are in the modifier level, on the level 1, 2, 3, not on the 0. So for that, on the 0th mode that you need to apply these changes, what we need to do is we need to click on apply base. Now what will happen is it will be applied on the base mesh on the 0th level. And the next option is generate. We can click on save external. You can save these changes as an external file which can be reloaded. And then the next option is advanced, which I haven't quite figured out how to activate it. If you know how to activate it, let me know in the comments. So that's it for this, guys. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, leave a wonderful comment, and if you want, you can go and support me through Patreon page. And with the Patreon page, you can support me, or you can support me through Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytm on the phone number 86006 47757. And with that being said and done, try to see it, learn it, understand it. I will see you in the next video.